Hi, welcome to the channel on my poorly sunset orange 2004 Nissan 350Z. I bought this as a category N salvage. I'm a sucker for a JDM bargain, but was it cheap for a reason? Certainly not much left of the front end. Let's find out. First up, the power steering pump needs looking at, then we're going to bodge a radiator before we go for a start. Okay, the first job is to remove the power steering pump so I can fit a new one, because that's taken a hit and is all buckled. It's very easy. 114mm there. 112mm there, a 24 there. Those nasty clips holding the hose onto the reservoir. And then it will just slide out. Once I've done that, I can fit the new one, put a radiator in, and see if it will start. Boost pack's on, let's see if she'll run. Radiator's all in, belts on, bit of coolant in there. Okay, moment of truth, let's see if she'll start. Fuel pump's priming, full tank of fuel still, happy days. Oh, on the button, fantastic. Airbag lights on, flashing, obviously that's because of the accident, not a problem, we'll sort that. Sounds very good. Right, now it's back home and in the workshop. We just need to start stripping the entire front end and see if there's any other damage on it. First job, we're going to get the wheels off and we'll block it up, all ready to go. Right, well that's the front wheels taken off, all blocked up nice and safely, so I can start taking off this front end. Right, I think the first task is to remove the splash guards from both sides. That way then I've got easy access to the inside and we can remove the remains of the bumper, which is not a lot. I think I mainly cable tied it on anyway, so come around this side. Again, we've just got to pop the splash guards and then we'll go from there. Right, there's the front splash guards and the front spats off. They're not bad condition, to be fair, they're not actually broken. Right, now the splash guards off this side, you can see how crispy this front wing actually is. We're definitely going to have this off and buy a new one. That leading edge is completely gone and it's rotten all the way through, as you can see. No repairing that. Right, I'm going to go and snip all my cable ties off and see if this bumper will stay on, whether it will fall off. Not a lot holding it on, to be fair, because it is absolutely obliterated. There we go. A little bit held on at the bottom there. Don't even know if I cable tied that. No, it's still attached to the ground tray, so we need to sort that. And it's still attached to the wings on this side. So we'll unbolt that, unbolt the ground tray, and then should be able to pull this off. Right, just 110mm to go, and then this bumper will probably fall onto my head. Let's see, I'll stick my knee there just to hold it up. Right, that should just fall away. Put my hand there. Obviously, we've got to disconnect the anything that's behind, the headlight washers and whatnot. There we go. What a mess. Okay, the front bumper's almost off. Just need to undo the headlight washers each side and salvage any reflectors, and the rest of it can go into the skip. Right, before I take the reinforcement bar off the front bumper, it looks like I might have to cut in there to get to the nuts. We'll have these headlights out, or what's left of them. Very easy to do. There's one bolt there, another one up there, and another one there. They're 10mm, but to get better access to slide it out, you just take off the bumper support bar there, which again is 2 10mm. Sure, that's not going to slide out because that's been pushed right back under the wing. Oh yes, here it comes. Maybe not. I'm going to have to bend that wing a little bit. Tell you what, I'll put some gloves on before I cut myself. Right, I've got my PPE on. Let's try again. That's better. And it comes in kind of one piece. Right, just need to disconnect the wiring loop from the inside, and that will come out. Right, now that headlight's out, you can see the extent of the damage. Looks like it's mainly to the front panel. We'll take it all off obviously and then see if there's any damage to that chassis rail there. Right, let's move on to the next headlight. Right, headlight's all loose, all been unbolted, and the wiring loop's disconnected. Let's see if this one comes out as easy as the other one. Bend that wing a little bit. That doesn't matter because that wing is going to be thrown away. Alright, let's try again. Bumper bolts on this side were still in because obviously it just ripped off. I'd forgotten to do them. Alright, there we go. That's better. There we go. The other knackered headlight. Okay, now the headlights have been removed, I can move on to the reinforcement bar for the front bumper. I am going to have to cut it because it's been crushed that badly that where the hoses go for the washer tanks, it's crushed it in here. It's not broken it, but I'm not going to be able to pull that through, so I'm going to have to very carefully cut off this bit so at least I can get to the pipe, pull it through, and also get access to the 2 top bolts there. Right, now that's all cut away, I can get access to the bolts that's holding this side on. The other side is not bent at all, so that'll be nice and easy. Right, we'll crack on, get these undone, and have this bar off. Right, just one more 12mm to go. And we should have this front reinforcement bar off. There it goes. Right, there we have it. One bit of alley for scrap. Okay, right, we're getting there. Before I take the radiator out and drain the coolant, there's not a lot in there because obviously we only bodged it with an Alfa Romeo unit. I'll have both of these tanks off either side, take off all the associated hoses so we can get most of the ancillaries off that damaged front panel. Right, that's both of those tanks off. I've taken one washer pump off. I've got to take the other one off now, and then we can reroute those through that panel. Also, we've got to take off the bonnet release catch, which is absolutely mangled as well. The cable's even come loose already. Brilliant. So we just need to push that back through as well, and then we can move on to the radiator. Right, that's the radiator removed and the under tray for the engine. We're just going to undo the buckets for the headlights now, both sides, and the remains of the bracket support bars here. Okay, that's the passenger side headlight bucket off, and I'm glad to say we've got absolutely no damage on this chassis rail, which is perfect. Question is, have we got it on the driver's side, because that's the side that's taken the main brunt of this. I've undone most of them. It's a little bit loose. I've just got one to do at the top, and the moment of truth, I can see it's a little bit twisted here. Let's hope it's not too bad. Right, let's see how bad this chassis rail is on this side. Fingers crossed it's all right. Here it comes. There we go. Okay, let's take a closer inspection of this chassis rail. You can quite clearly see there's a great big crease down here, and it's again across the bottom there. I'll take the light around the other side, and you can see the extent of the damage on this side. I said it's not overly bad, but it's bad enough to warrant at least repairing or replacing. Probably have to replace it. Yeah, you can see there it's bent down there. That bit's bulged completely, and there, look at that. You can see it is actually damaged. So this should have actually been a Category S, not a Category N, which means we now need to go and source one of these. I don't know if you can buy these new off the shelf. Probably not, but we'll have a look around, see if we can find a new one or a second-hand one. Right, well, I've gone and sourced the chassis leg for the 350Z. The only problem is it's attached to 25% of a complete car. I'm not very tall, I'm only 5'7". I'd say I can only just touch that. But we'll unwrap this and we'll just cut off that chassis leg. The rest is useless, we don't need it at all. But yeah, this is the front quarter, basically. Right, there we have it, all unwrapped. The only part we actually need is the top part of this chassis leg, and only that section there. But you can't source those, well I haven't been able to source that, so I bought the whole of this. Right, there we have the replacement chassis rail, cut off that 25% of a 350Z that I purchased. We're just going to come around here, we're going to offer it up so you can actually see the extent of the damage. Right, and just for comparison, we'll put the second-hand part on top of the damaged one, and you can quite clearly see the extent of the bulge there. You can see that it comes right out and then bulges out here, whereas the actual replacement is dead straight. So it's done its job. It's supposed to crumple there to take the energy of an impact. But yes, we need to replace that. We're probably going to do it at the seam there, because obviously that's where I've cut it here. Yeah, so get that done, and then we can start rebuilding this. Right, that's pretty much everything on the front end stripped. I've also removed the remains of the airbox and the mass airflow meter, because that was absolutely trashed as well. So we'll need a replacement one of those. Right, the next stage, we'll have both of these front wings off, because I'll say passenger side is absolutely rotten. Driver side isn't too bad, but as I said, there's a bit of a kink there, and probably up by the hinge as well. So if we've got to get a brand new wing on one side and get it sprayed, we might as well have the matching pair done, as well as the bumper, and probably the bonnet, get it all blown in one go. Right, let's crack on and get these wings off. Okay, that's the rusty passenger wing all removed. Wasn't too hard. There's a 10mm there, one up there, series across the top, and obviously two just underneath the side skirt there. So you need to pop the side skirt. You need to take it off properly and slide it off the front bracket, because I've broken that one unfortunately, so that needs plastic welding again. But yeah, underneath here is all good. We just need to move on and do the other side. Right, before we move on and do the driver's side, a quick look at the passenger wing, just to show you the extent of that corrosion. But yeah, look at that. It's pretty bad. Even when you spin it over, you can see how bad it is. Virtually no lip left at all. There we go. Yeah, let's see if I can get the camera in the right position. There we go, look at that. Completely rotten. And also, there's a great big bubble right there, which is coming through on the other side. So yes, we definitely need a replacement wing. Might be able to salvage the driver's one, because there's no corrosion on that, but it's just a very slight dent on it. We might be able to pull that out. Okay, there's the driver's wing removed. I've also taken off the side skirt. This time I didn't break it like the other side. I was very careful. Didn't break any of the clips. Right, I think the next job we're going to have to completely strip the offside suspension to get better access to that chassis rail. Plus it's very crispy in there. We need to give the whole thing a good clean up. And I've also just noticed that brake pipe has perished. As you can quite clearly see, it's leaking anyway. And everything's a bit crispy. I think we're going to have to renew it, clean it, whatever. But yeah, that'll be the next job on the next video. Well, that about wraps up this video on the 350Z. In the next one, we're going to take off the whole of that offside, clear all the suspension, take off all the ancillaries, and then hopefully we're going to cut off that chassis rail, offer up the new one, and potentially tack it in place. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, or even subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.